There is a place in your walk with God where you'll have to believe Him without having the evidence to prove it to anyone else. People may look at your life and think that you are crazy. They may wonder why you still believe, why you still speak with confidence, and why you still expect something when they can't see it. They may question whether you really heard from God because they can't see the manifestation, but they don't understand that you are being held by a word. Joseph had a word from God, but when people looked at him, they saw a man in a pit and later a man in prison. They could not see the palace while he was in prison. They couldn't see the fulfillment while he had been confined. But Joseph was not sustained by what his circumstances said about him. He was sustained by what God had spoken concerning him. The prison could hold his body, but it could not cancel the word over his life. God gave Abraham and Sarah a promise concerning a son, but years passed and they still had no child. Their bodies were aging, their circumstances appeared impossible, and naturally speaking, the promise seemed to be getting further away. But the absence of manifestation did not mean the absence of a word. God had spoken and His word was still working, even while they could not see it. Sarah's body would eventually experience what God had promised. The same God who spoke the promise was able to bring her body into alignment. Look at David. He was anointed king, but after receiving the word, he found himself running for his life from Saul. Imagine being told that you're going to be king and then spending your days hiding in a cave. The promise said one thing while the circumstances seemed to say another. Yet David did not become king because his circumstances immediately changed. He became king because what God spoke over him could not be overturned by what happened around him. This is why you cannot allow people to judge the validity of God's word in your life by your current circumstances. They may only see the prison, but God sees the palace. They may see the barrenness, but God sees the promise. They may see you running, but God sees the throne. They are looking at the present while God is speaking to your future. And sometimes the word will have to hold you through a season while there is little evidence that anything is changing. The word does more than tell you what's coming. That word holds you until you get there. It protects you when you're vulnerable. It guides you when you don't know which way to go. And it comforts you when you're discouraged. It strengthens you when you are weak, and it keeps you from making decisions solely based on what you see. There were moments when Joseph could have given up. There were moments when Abraham and Sarah could have concluded that the promise was impossible. There were moments when David could have decided that becoming king was no longer worth the fight. But the word kept calling them forward. Sarah was barren, but the word came. What looked like an impossibility did not intimidate God. The promise was not dependent upon the strength of Sarah's body. It was dependent upon the faithfulness of the one who spoke. God was able to bring life where there was barrenness. He was able to restore what seemed incapable of producing. The word did not announce what would happen. It carried the power of God to bring her into what He promised. So don't let people convince you that you are foolish because you still believe God and you stand on what He says. Don't allow their inability to see it make you question what you heard. You are not crazy because you believe before you see. You are being held by a word. God gave you the word, and the word protects you, it guides you, it strengthens you, it comforts you, and it carries you through the process. What God spoke does not lose power just because the manifestation has taken time. The promise is still the promise. And any day now, everything is going to change. Your whole life is going to be different. Allow that word to do the work. It is holding you and it's going to take you to where God has promised. Until next time.